We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To all the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all the subscribers, welcome back. All I ask for in return is for you to smash that like button to let me know you watch this video, helps out the YouTube channel, and lets me know you appreciate the time and effort I put into making these videos. So here we are with CEI. We're going to break down the charts. We're going to look at 42 vision on the 30-minute and the 1 hour to see what's going on. It's broken through support levels that we talked about in yesterday's video. But in today's video, I'm going to share with you guys information that is going to let you know what to expect going into next week, because based off of 42 vision, this is looking very interesting. But before we jump into it, I would like to share with you guys the home runs of the day. And if this is something you want to become part of, check out the link down below in the description to get in on early with us and be part of a growing and learning community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So we're going to jump right into it here with CEI, but these home runs cannot be overlooked. So the home runs of the day were spectacular and beyond expectations. And if you want to get in on early on opportunities like yesterday's and today's home runs, join us over at the Discord. The link is down below in the description to the Discord. We look forward to having you join us. And by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So this is yesterday's watch list, and every single stock gave jumps of 3 to 5%, but the home run was DWAC, and this is when we first mentioned it, and from yesterday to today, it has gone up over 1,000%. I mentioned it yesterday in the 11s, and it took off to a highest point of 480%. Now, what were the stocks I was watching today, right? So the stocks I was watching today were DWAC and PHUN. I made a video on it yesterday, as well as I was going to watch Snap, FB, and TWTR, which is Twitter, see how they're moving, because they were all doing indirect correlations. Now the two home runs turned out to be DWAC and PHUN. We're going to look at these charts together. So DWAC today, I mentioned it at 77. It started to pick up here with 42 vision, and you could see the strength there towards the bell and taking off to a highest point of $175, giving a highest point of 150% plus opportunity. Now, the other stock was PHUN. This was the home run of the day here that knocked it out of the ballpark. We continue to hit grand slams like one of the investors commented on yesterday's video. This is what we continue to look for and strive for every single day. I mentioned PHUN as strength started to come up, consolidated, and after the bell, it took off to a highest point of 400% plus, hitting a highest point of $24, and then quickly you can see the transition into weakness based off of 42 vision, guys. These are things you can all become part of by joining. The link is down below in the description. Join us so that you can become part of a learning and growing community of investors and get in on early on opportunities like these that we strive to look for every single day. We look forward to having you join us. Let's jump into these charts. So here we are with CEI, and CEI continues to go down lower. It's been fighting, trying to bring itself back up and consolidating, but we're going to talk about why this is looking very interesting and could possibly be an opportunity if it holds up. And we're going to break down all the levels we need to watch and what the 1 day is showing, which is actually showing a transition into possible weakness, but it can change pretty quickly based off what I see here on the 30-minute. But we're going to talk about what needs to happen. The first thing is it broke through the support here of 157. This was a key support level. If not, it was going to go into weakness. And if it broke through that, the next point of reference was 145, and all the way down here 132. It got really close to it at one point in the day, hitting lows here of 134. As long as it stays above 132, there is some strength here from the move. And this is what you would call the move. The move is the low down here of the 120s all the way up to here, and then holding itself up in a consolidation period up here in the 140s, which is still 10%, 15% up from these lows up to here. And all of this is volatility. Now, we did see the staircase effect forming here at the beginning in these last few runs, and then all of a sudden we were looking for that possible continuation, and what happened? Momentum started to fade, and the most important support level was 157. And we're going to talk about here in today's video why this is happening, and it's happening so fast even though shorts are slightly covering. And we're going to break it all down here as we see it, and we're going to jump into the 1-day chart to see what's going on. So here we have the 1-day chart, and we were looking at it to transition, and it certainly did it, and we were seeing the candlesticks go higher. The volume bars were green, and this has been the first transition where things were starting to look weak, which was yesterday. And if it continued with strength, we would see another green candlestick going higher, and then it would shift into stronger momentum. Well, that did not happen. Things have transitioned really fast, and the last time it did this, it fell down significantly, and it was around this area. It went up all the way to 245 and went all the way down towards 137, 118. If this plays out something similar to that story, then this could be on its way down towards the $1 mark, or possibly even between $1.80. But before we look at it that way and we even consider that, even though the 1-day is possibly showing that, the 30-minute on a micro perspective is looking very interesting, and I'm going to tell you guys why based off 42 vision and what it means. So on the 30-minute, and this is what has to do in correlation to the days to cover and the short interest, which we're going to break down now on the data. But on the 30-minute, you could see extreme weakness here, right? Complete shifts. Now, if this tries to reverse, right, and volume did pick up today, and if it continues to pick up, we could end up seeing the transition that comes next after red with green borders, and that is green with green borders, and then going on from dark green with green borders over to green, showing extreme upside potential and momentum. Right now, we are in extreme weakness. It could reverse right back down, but if this actually consolidates here, shows some strength, and goes into next week with strength, volume continues to go up or stay at these levels or near the average volume for the last 10 days, this could start reversing, and we could start seeing that staircase effect again. And as 42 vision goes in the transitions, the next part that's missing here is dark green with green borders and then going to green with green borders. But it is far from that. This is the extreme downside. It could continue if weakness continues to break through supports, but we're going to talk about the resistance levels. But before we do, we have CEI here. The days to cover has not changed, and the dark pool short volume ratio from yesterday to today has gone down a little bit, and it's obvious that it goes down also as volume goes down. So it did go down a little bit, but it's still pretty high, and we're going to be watching how it's doing today, locking in at the end of the day. It's going to be super important to keep that in mind going into Monday. Now, when we see here, the short shares availability went up, and that goes to prove and confirm the flexibility that the shorts have, as the days to cover lets them cover and then reposition themselves and throw those short shares back into the availability, and you're going to be seeing this moving back and forth. And this was last updated 11 minutes ago. Now, CEI has gone up and down. As you can see, the volatility, it hit lows here of 134, hit highs here of 154, moving back and forth, but it has done a great job at consolidating here and staying close to 145 and trying to be above it. So you could see here going into after hours, things are trying to reverse upwards. We're gonna have to see if 42 vision can do that full reverse. And what are the levels to avoid? Well, 133 is what the bulls want to stay away from. If that gets broken through, the shorts and bears are dominating, and the bulls want to break through today's highs, which is 154, and then the next level would be up here at 172, and then continuation of that, if it's used as support, is all the way up here at the highest point of this upward trend of 192, and then we'll have to reanalyze these levels up here that we've talked about in previous videos. Now, what is key is these specific levels staying above 132 and pushing through 154 so that the transition can start going upwards, and to see if the bulls are coming with strength to continue the upward trend and actually turn this into a setup instead of a setback, right? Because a lot of times these pullbacks are the setups for the next bull run, so it can continue reaching newer highs and new resistance levels, because unfortunately stocks don't just go up like this. They take staircase effects, they take consolidation periods and small upward trends and movements to work its way up to newer highs and new resistance levels. As always, guys, I look forward to seeing your thoughts down below. How you feel about CEI? How many CEI do you own? Where do you see this going? And thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.